Comcast Cable, Channel 43 presents high school girls basketball. Tonight, it's the Gloucester County Area 2003 All-Star Basketball Classic, presented by Communities Against Tobacco at Clearview High School. I'm Mike Shute, along with Shawn, Leary, and Shawn tonight. It's a chance for some seniors to get one last shot to show what they can do.
Yeah, and this is a game where all the kids from the area really get to showcase their talents. I'm sure there's a lot of college coaches who will be looking on at this game because this is a chance for the players really to play against the same caliber of player that they are. You know, sometimes the AAU basketball later on during the summertime really shows the best players. This is that type of game. You have girls that'll go out, play hard in this game, and still is a game for pride. Teams from Salem County, Gloucester County are going to compete tonight with a lot of good talent, girls that can hit the outside jumper and girls that can go and mix it up inside.
And a couple schools from Camden County and the Shore, too. So we've got a good mix of players from all over South Jersey. And Shawn, speaking of one of them who's suiting up for the American team tonight, American Division, they'll be wearing red, Rachel Rahuba. She gets to play in a senior all-star game, and during the regular season, she was the only senior on her squad.
Yeah, she's used to playing with all the youngsters, the underclassmen over for the Gators. She was a lone bright spot for the Gators this season. She really came out and dominated. She's a girl who can really shoot from the outside. She's a smart player, a girl who won't make many mistakes. She's really enjoying her time here, and she should have a good night.
And you know, you get that feeling with a lot of players on both sides. Hey, they get one last chance to do what they can do. Kelly Crispin, we're going to feature her. She's from Pittman High School. She'll be suiting up in blue for the National Division team. Talk a little bit about what she brought to the table for Pittman this year.
Well, Joe and John Crispin, them are some big names over
Absolutely.
at Pittman. This is the younger sister, Kelly, and she's just like Joe and John. She can fire it up from the outside. She has a nice touch, a girl really who is also a very smart player. Won't make very many mistakes, a girl who really likes to play with her teammates. She also can pass well. She wasn't able to do that too much, really the lone scorer for the Panthers this year. So tonight she'll get that chance to maybe dish a couple and hit a couple outside threes.
Those players and more will be featured tonight here at Clearview High School during this All-Star Classic. Our third member of the broadcast team, Rob Chris, will be bringing us some interviews as well throughout the game, and we will also have a three-point contest with the finalists at halftime. So lots of great stuff coming to you tonight right here on Comcast Channel 43. Stay with us. We'll be back with all the action right after this. Back here courtside at Clearview High School, Mike Shute along with Shawn Leary for the National Youth Athletic Association Gloucester County Area 2003 All-Star Basketball Classic, presented by Gloucester County Communities Against Tobacco. There you see the huddle for the red team, which is representing the American Division tonight. They'll be called the American Division tonight. And there you see the head coach, Frank Cristato.
Yeah, Frank Cristato from Woodstown, and they enjoyed a pretty decent year. You know, Frank Cristato, talking to him before the game, he was telling me about how hard it is to try to get the players to join and try to create some offenses. And you know, you get one practice, and it's going to be a little bit sloppy at times, but for the most part, you're going to have girls who really come out and want to fire it up offensively, make some plays defensively, and you know, maybe be able to pick up an MVP, tournament MVP. Woodstown made the playoffs in Group 2 under Frank Cristato this year, but at an early exit.
Jumping center will be number 14, Jackie Crocker in blue for the National Division, number 31, Yvonne Mellon from Shallock. And the National Division squad wins the tip. It's Brittany Carapaz from Washington Township, number 13, who corralled it. Shay Nelson is another starter, now 14, Jackie Crocker gives it to 31, 32, that is Kelly Crispin.
A couple girls that can fire it up. We already mentioned Crispin in the open, but also Melissa Ventori. We've seen them compete in the preliminaries of the three-point shooting contest. Both of them can hit from the outside.
Nice play run inside there. Crispin could not connect. The rebound pulled down by Mellon from Shallock. And here comes the American Division in red the other way. 23 with the basketball's Mara Welsh from Overbrook. Swings the top of the key now. It's Casey Heitman from right here at Clearview, playing on her home court. Mellon into the lane, leaves it short. Rebound brought down by Mellon, and this one is up and good. So the 5'11" center out of Shallock gets the first points this one.
Yeah, she'll be the low post presence for the American Division squad. Mullen's a nice player for the Cougars.
Good look inside. Mellon again pulling down the rebounds. She's got 3 rebounds already, Shawn, dominating in the paint. This is Rachel Rahuba, 33. We talked about her in the open. The only senior at on the Gateway High School girls basketball team this year. Mara Walsh, 23. Back to Rahuba now. Also on the floor for the Red American Division is Nardia Wonder from Highland. So there's your 5 starters for the American Division. Walsh looking top of the key. It's Rahuba. Rahuba jacks one up, no good, rolls out. Wonder, great rebound though as she got in there athletically to pull it down. 8:05 left to go, first quarter.
Nice anticipation as she came from the backside, gets the rebound, and smartly pulls it back outside.
Good defense being played by Shay Nelson from Cumberland, wearing number 21 in blue. Mellon in the high post, kicks it back out to Erin Bonner. Bonner into the lane, she's fouled. Oh, pardon me. It's Casey Heitman from Clearview into the lane. She's fouled. The foul's going to go against 21 Shay Nelson for the grab. The call made by Mary Beth Kirschling. She's our official right there. You see her with her back to us with the basketball is Beth Quinn, and out of the picture, the other official tonight, Marge Mannion. Heitman makes the first, giving the American Division a 3-0 lead. Heitman familiar with the rims here at Clearview High School. Shawn gets that one to roll in as well.
Yeah, she's going to get the bounces here. She's also under her coach Jeannie Delaney and Deanna Moore, both on that sideline, joining Frank Ristato for the American Division.
Long jumper by Shay Nelson, no good, but the National Division with the rebound. This is Crispin. Crispin goes baseline, tried to run a little give and go there. Miscommunication, pass intercepted by Mara Walsh. Walsh loses the handle, but, pardon me, loses her footing, but keeps the handle. Now she's wide open for 3 from the corner. That's good. And a quick 7-0 lead for the American Division. Nelson trying to penetrate, nothing doing there. Kicks it back out to Brittany Carapaz. Carapaz inside. Now back out, 3-pointer by Crispin is off the mark.
Good look though, inside-outside game, finding the open Crispin. She's going to make a lot of those. She's going to make more than she misses. She gets Nelson open looking like that.
Shay Nelson, Shawn picks up her second personal. Team second as well.
A little feisty though, didn't she?
She had a long ride from Cumberland, so she wants to make an impact, I guess, Shawn.
You come here to mess around. She's playing some defense.
She's got the high socks pulled up with the stripes there, going old school style. Ball stolen. Crispin picks up the loose ball across the timeline.
The defense by Melissa Ventura propelled the fast break.
Into the lane, she tried to find Nelson, but threw it away, so it'll be a red ball. 7-0 still your score. 6:24 left to go in the first quarter.
Get a good look at Shay Nelson. Only 5'4". She's a little spark plug though. She really got the Colts moving at that guard position this year.
Here's Mellon into the lane. She draws the foul. Looks like it's going to be called against Kelly Crispin. That'll be her first, 3rd team foul against the National Division tonight. No team fouls yet against the American.
Yvonne Mellon shooting.
Yvonne Mellon shooting 2, misses the first. She already has 2 points in this game. And she's pulled down about 3 rebounds so far as well.
Good look at Yvonne. A one-handed shot.
Gets the second to fall. So 3 points for Mellon, and it's an 8-0 lead for the American Division in red. And a steal quickly by Mara Walsh from Overbrook. Good defense there by the blue, trying to get a trap. Now they get it in the corner. This is Casey Heitman, 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Kelly Crispin. And one thing we're seeing a lot of, Shawn, which you don't really see in an all-star game, you don't expect to see, is some crazy defense. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, both teams are getting after it a little bit.
Now foul called.
This is a game where it features some players who scored a lot for their teams. Players who lit it up for their respective teams. Once they get into this game, they're going up against top caliber competition, and they want to play a little defense. Right now,
Crispin penetrating, trying to get to Nelson, throws this one away, so it'll be back to the red after they turned it over at the other end.
Well, I told you Crispin would want to come out and pass, but so far she hasn't had much luck. I think she has 3 turnovers and 1 missed shot.
Maura Walsh against Nelson. Screen set there by Rahuba. Now she jacks up a 3. That's good. And we've got an 11-0 lead for the American division.
Good give and go right there.
Beautiful. And the foul is going to go against the American division. It'll put Melissa Venturi from Washington Township at the line.
That was a good move there. You go down court, you find your teammate with a little give and go action. Venturi goes in, gives it to Crocker. She puts a nice bounce pass right back to her. And finally get onto the board here, 11-1, 5:18 now left in the first quarter.
Melissa Venturi scoring that first point. We'll have a second free throw out of Washington Township.
Minute Maids had a decent year this year. They went to the semifinals of the Group 4 South Jersey tournament. Fell to Absegami. Had a couple of nice wins in the early rounds.
Here's some more defense by Nelson with the steal and the easy layup. Shay Nelson with 2, and it's an 11-4 ball game. And with 5 minutes left to go, we will have a timeout on the floor. We're going to throw things over in just a second to our sideline reporter, Rob Christ. Once again, the score 11-4, the red team, American division. We'll kick it over on the sideline now to Rob Christ, who has a special guest. Rob?
4-5. Coalition, you will be eligible for some great prizes at the end of the third quarter. Notice to my right under the clock, there's a big number 1. That's to remind you that smoking is the #1 preventable.
We're here with Bob Robinson, Executive Director of the National Youth Athletic Association. And Bob, it's great that you're involved with the tournament, but you started this organization some time ago. Tell us a little bit about what your original mission was.
We started the organization in 1994, and the primary focus was on youth sports. We wanted to run a postseason youth tournament for basketball teams, very similar to Babe Ruth or Little League. We've been doing that since then, expanded it for a couple of years to include high school teams, and then beyond that, we've expanded our mission to start getting involved with high school teams.
Now, again, you mentioned that you are involved with the high school teams. Why don't you tell us a little bit about all the different things that you're doing currently?
We found out as we were running the youth tournament that there was a lot of interest in the high school area for help in running their program. So on an annual basis, we run the holiday tournament for Clearview High School. We run off-season leagues because the varsity coaches in the state of New Jersey are not allowed to be involved with their teams. So we run these leagues in the off-season, in the spring, in the summer, and the fall, so that the players can play in organized basketball to actually improve their game. So we've been really moving in that direction over the last 4 to 5 years.
Let's talk real quickly specifically about this tournament. You've been involved with this tournament also for the past 5-6 years. What prompted you to get involved?
Since we've been looking at youth sports over the years and really doing it as part of recognition for the players, we wanted to run an all-star game locally, kind of give back to our area, to the local community, to recognize the graduating senior basketball players. They've had such good experiences through high school. In high school, it's a very intense, competitive situation. This provides a nice forum for them to get out, showcase their skills, have a good experience, and end their high school playing career on a real positive, light note.
No question about that. Great atmosphere here. Back to you, Mike and Shawn.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Some changes on both teams as we have a lot of lineup changes. It is an all-star game, so you're going to see a lot of players tonight. Sophia Johnson pulled down the rebound there. This is a shot missed by Maureen Bainey. Sophia Johnson, though, puts it back up and in, and Johnson, her first basket of the night. We have an 11-6 ball game now, so the National Division, Shawn, starting to kind of work their way back into things.
Yeah, Sophia Johnson hits it there. The Red Raider out of Paulsboro. Going to Lincoln next fall. Play little hoops at Lincoln University.
Danelle Rutterow, pardon me, with the basketball. Now top of the key. This is Stacy Dineo for 3, can't get it. Bainey from Deptford pulls down the rebound, and she'll slow things up, looking for some guard help. But the National Division with the turnover, so we'll once again go back to the American Division, red.
Beatty has that similar game as like a Derek Coleman, somebody who can play inside but can start a break, good sense of rebounding and then passing the ball out or even dribbling the ball down court herself.
We've got a timeout on the floor with the score. The American Division in red, they're leading it by the score of 11-6.
I know Bob Robinson. He's a local guy out of Mullica Hill, and he's done a really good job for the youth organizations. You know, sometimes those guys get overlooked a little bit. They're not in the headlines. They don't, you know, they're not a coach that is at the high school level that maybe gets the attention or the headlines or the publicity. But guys like Bob Robinson, and they're all over this county, in Gloucester County, that do a lot of good things behind the scenes. And those guys don't get a whole lot of recognition. So it's nice to see somebody get a little bit of airtime to see who is. So if you ever see him in the local supermarket, you can thank him for all the good things that he does for the community.
Yeah, this is just a small bit of what the National Youth Athletic Association does down here in Gloucester County. All kinds of things, you know, that gets not just the high school kids involved, but the little ones too, right, Shawn?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where everything starts. I think sports is the greatest thing in the world because really it starts the foundation for young people. Yeah, it brings them, it gives them a little bit of discipline, a little bit of team. You know, you play with a team and you have that camaraderie with your teammates, and I think it's a really good thing for kids to get into sports or some kind of extracurricular activity. Back
to the action here. Red will inbound. It's Crystal Gravini. She also is a Clearview product with the basketball inbounding. It gets it to Stacy Dineo. Oh, but a steal, and Dineo quickly fouls on the floor. It'll be an inbounding situation. And when you see a play like that, you look at what Dineo did, Shawn, she realized she lost the ball, so she quickly fouled. Didn't let the player get the easy layup. That's kind of a headsy play.
Yeah, it is an all-star game. Once you lose that ball, you're going to give up the easy layup. Now it's become just something that you do. You give up the ball, somebody's on a fast break, you foul them. You don't give them that easy two. Always making teams earn it.
Almost another steal there by Anita Hamilton. Ball really poked out of bounds now, and it will remain red basketball.
Really made popular by Big East basketball. Right now we're into March Madness. And Big East basketball, you always seen that. You always give the hard foul, not even a layup.
Don't turn your back to the ball.
Working it inside. Turnaround jumper by Ruddero off the mark. Bainey with the rebound. This is Hamilton coming the other way. Left-hand dribble now into the lane for Johnson. Johnson hops from the elbow, no good. Rebound also no good. That looked like it was Kiana Smith, number 30 out of Deptford, missed that last one. Now Gravenice has it, trying to work it up the floor. Guarded closely by Danita Hamilton. Now ball poked out of bounds. Pardon me, Sophia Johnson actually guarding there closely, but it will remain the American Division basketball.
A little disappointing here from the Red Raiders. A lot of people had a lot of high expectations for Paulsboro this year, and they weren't able to just get it together. They had a lot of people back.
That's Kelly Hoffman throwing it over towards the sideline. Poked out of bounds though nicely. Good defensive work by Kiana Smith out of Deptford. American Division with the ball again. This is Gravenice. She is from Clearview, so she's getting, like her teammate Casey Heitman, on her home floor, getting one last opportunity to play. Kelly Hoffman, left side, guarded by Caitlin McCaffrey out of Pennsville. They try to work it inside, but Bainey's going to get called for the foul, reaching over the back of Danelle Ruddero. Not a shooting situation. Score remains 11-6, 2:04 left to go first. Stacy Dineo out of Highland. She will inbound. There you see some of the fans, proud friends and parents, getting to watch their senior All-Stars tonight. Dineo looking for help. Now finds Ruddero. Ruddero, this is Jackie Finger out of Overbrook. Back to Dineo. Finger setting a nice screen for Dineo to get open for three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound hauled down over there.
Into that forward start by the American Division. They've gone cold a little bit here, giving the National Division an opportunity to creep back into this one.
Bainey firing it along the baseline to Johnson. Johnson gets into the lane, can't get the roll. Hamilton back up and good. 2 points for Danita Hamilton. Her first two of the ball game. And it's an 11-8 basketball game now. The American Division in control still, but quickly slipping away, just like that ball slipped away right there, Shawn.
Yeah, slipped out of their hands. Looks like Megan Yellen lost a Catholic product. She wasn't able to hustle up and get a chance to get the ball. Danelle Ruddero from Delsey, she's a good story, Mike, because it's nice to see those type of girls get into a game like this because they really struggled all year long. They, pretty good players for their team, and they get 4 or 5 wins, struggle the whole year, and then they get to end their career in a game like this where they can play some top-notch players.
Wide open from long distance, no good, but Bainey with the rebound. She's fouled, so she collected Hamilton's miss, and Maureen Bainey will be rewarded with 2 free throws. Bainey, we've seen her for a long time, Shawn.
Yeah.
The young lady at the free throw line now. She's been, since I guess her freshman year, performing for Deptford, doing it at a high level.
And she'll be doing it again this spring as a catcher. And that's where I think her real sport is, where she can really excel on that diamond. She has a cannon behind the plate. A catcher throws that left-handed gun down to second base, anybody trying to steal.
Bainey missed the first.
She's got a good stick too. She can do it offensively for the Spartans. We'll be looking for her leadership this spring.
Second off the mark as well. So the score remains 11-8 with 1:05 left to go here in the first quarter.
Basically, Mike, both these teams, all they were able to do was work in a couple of offenses, work on a fast break, a couple of inbounds play, and that's it. That's all you can do in one practice.
Bainey with the steal, taking it away from Rutterow. Bainey, left-handed dribble, gets into the paint. Great pass, and the easy hoop for Kiana Smith. So little teammate interaction there from Bainey to Smith for the easy basket. 11-10 now your score. Gravenese, she can't draw any iron. Rebounds brought down by Caitlin McCaffrey. McCaffrey across the timeline, looking for some help now. Johnson in the corner. Back to McCaffrey. McCaffrey thought about penetrating, now gave it to Smith. Smith can't get it, but again, teammate to teammate, and Maureen Bainey with the easy 2 on the putback. And now the first lead of the game for the Blue, 12-11. They've gone a 12-0 run.
Looked like it missed the carry there by Gravenese.
Gravenese into the lane, can't get it. Bainey again with the rebound, so she's taking over. Spin dribble as the time expires. 12-11. The National Division leads the American Division here in the NYAA High School Girls All-Star Basketball game here in Gloucester County. We'll take a break and be back with more here on Comcast Cable Channel 43 right after this. Back here at Clearview High School, here in the senior high school girls basketball all-star game. The National Division in blue leads it by the score of 12-11 as things are just underway here in the second quarter. They're playing 4 10-minute quarters tonight, Shawn, so all the girls will get an opportunity to play a little bit extra time than the normal high school game, which is 4 8-minute quarters.
And after 11-0 start for the American Division, the National Division has rattled off 12 points.
Kelly Crispin misses that one, and here comes the red American Division across your screen. Ball tipped away that time by Kiana Smith from Deptford, closely guarding Mara Walsh out of Overbrook. This will be Nardia Wonder from Highland to inbound. Gets it to Mara Walsh. Walsh left-hand dribble, top of the key, gives it to Wonder. Wonder from the elbow. Shot rolls around and drops in. 2 points, her first 2 of the game for Wonder from the Tri-County Conference Royal Division champion Highland High School. Turnover by the National Division. Casey Heitman slows things up, and the American Division will set up their offense, leading it by the score of 13-12. Walsh into the lane, kicks it out to Wonder. Wonder looking for some help now. She picked up her dribble, goes inside. This is Mellon. Mellon spin move, can't get it off the glass. Rebound brought down by Yellen. Megan Yellen out of Gloucester Catholic. Quickly outlets, but again, the American Division with the steal.
The National Division trying to push it, but you got to make sure you're not going to throw it through the defender. You got to either give that bounce pass or slow it up. Kick it back outside American Division, being a little bit more patient now.
Heitman, her jumper is no good. Rebound is hauled down by Kelly Crispin from Pittman. And yes, that is Kelly Crispin, the name very familiar to basketball fans, with the 2 brothers at Pittman as well, who performed very well in high school at the college and professional ranks. Foul inside. And we're going to have Megan Yellen out of Gloucester Catholic to the line to shoot 2.
Gloucester Catholic also, they got an early exit out of the parochial B tournament against Bishop Eustace. Ran into them in an early round, and Bishop Eustace was able to give them the quick exit. A lot of teams, a lot of girls teams really struggled in the postseason this year.
One team that is in the state final, Wildwood, playing in the Group 1 state final tomorrow, Sunday, March 16th. And one player from their team not here, Kate Anzalone, and she not playing, of course, because of that big state final game tomorrow as they play Butler at Elizabeth High School at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Now this is, you said Sunday, so by the time this airs, that game will have already taken place. Also, Paulsboro, the boys still alive, and they'll be playing, of course, on Sunday night. Congratulations to them and Coach Mike Ricci picking up the South Jersey title with just a terrific game against Charlotte right here in this gym.
Kiana Smith again playing some tight defense. Now she's going to get whistled for the foul as she was reaching in on Mara Walsh. But Kiana Smith, another player out of Deptford, Shawn, seeing some good defense played by her today as she's guarding the other opposing team's point guard.
Yeah, they still got some athletes there at Deptford next year. They have Lauren Fisher, who has having a very nice career at Deptford.
Great bounce pass, the shot no good by Wonder, but a good look by Walsh. And here comes the National Division the other way. Ball tipped away though by Walsh as she came back and defended nicely. So the ball belongs to the National Division. They trail by a point, 13-12 with 7:26 left to go here in the second quarter. Long three-pointer off the mark. Rebound by Nardia Wonder from Highland. She's going to try and start the break, but gives it to her teammate Stacey Dineo, also from Highland. And they're going to slow things up now.
Yeah, Highland, another team. The Tartans had a pretty good season. The Tri-County Conference. Royal Division.
American Division looking inside, and it's Yvonne Mellon with her 5th point of the night. She leads the way for the American Division as they now lead at 15-12. They left Kelly Crispin wide open. That's usually a mistake. She couldn't get that to fall, but great follow-up by Megan Yellen out of Gloucester Catholic, number 12, with the putback for 2, and it's a 15-14 game.
Just great anticipation by Yellen going into the lane and going right back immediately up with it off the glass.
Walsh, shot off the mark, rebound loose. It's Mellon again, yet another board. She can't get the turnaround, and Yellen the other way. The Gloucester Catholic product, here she comes. Straight down the middle of the floor. Great look inside. Shot can't go as it was off the mark by Gloucester Catholic teammate Lauren Byrne. Winds back out in Yellen's hand. She misses the long-range jumper. Mellon, another rebound. She's got to have 6 by now.
Mellon's wiping them clean right now. She's really been a force defensively.
Great steal by Kiana Smith, left-hand layup. Oh, she can't get it to fall. She picked the pocket of Mara Walsh, and now she's harassing Walsh again as Walsh tries to bring it across the timeline. Mara Walsh has to be thinking, hey, I thought this was an all-star game. Steal the other way, yet another turnover for the American Division. Crispin into the lane, nice move, left-hand dribble, crossover, can't get the shot to fall, but the putback up and good by Lauren Byrne. Her first deuce of the night, and only the second lead of the night for the National Division. 16-15, they lead it. And we have a timeout on the floor as the American Division calls timeout, Shawn. So things have been kind of a little bit lopsided in terms of, not the scoreboard, but in the recent play. National Division has kind of taken over.
Yeah, they started with an 11-0 deficit as the American Division jumped out to a quick lead. The national team has really come out since the, I guess, midway point of the first quarter, and have really asserted themselves not only defensively, leading to a couple of breaks, but also setting up some nice plays.
And right now we've got Rob Christ on the sideline once again with another interview. We'll throw it over to Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
Hi, I'm courtside with the Executive Director of the Southwest Council, Joe Williams. And Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure, absolutely. We're the County Prevention Resource Center. We provide all kinds of information about alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, and we cover Gloucester, Salem, and Cumberland counties.
Now, when we were talking before the game, you were mentioning that you're an organization that would really like to have the communities get a little bit more involved.
Absolutely. We realize that it's just not a single problem that we could deal with, a single agency can address. We need businesses, we need corporations, and we need the community members, especially parents, be involved with us. We're glad to be a part of this day today to get the parents behind us, as well as some of the all-stars throughout the high schools.
Of course, this is a great vehicle for your organization to get in touch with kids. Why don't you talk about how you first got involved with this particular tournament?
Absolutely. We were approached about how many kids come out and how we could just get the message about our youth program regarding tobacco prevention. And our Rebel program, reaching everybody by exposing lies, is doing just that, reaching out to the youth, to the high school age youth, and educating them and letting them be mentors to other folks about the prevention of tobacco use, and so that other people won't seek or use other tobacco products, including chew tobacco.
Now, in addition to sporting events, you actually go into schools. Why don't you talk a little bit about the functions you have within a school environment?
Sure, absolutely. We provide a number of services through a number of different schools throughout the three-county area, providing seminars, providing specific programs to classrooms, to health departments, not only just on tobacco, but also on DWI, and alcohol, and even drugs of abuse that are might be prevalent in a particular area.
Southwest Council, just one of many organizations helping out our local communities. Mike, Shawn, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Back on the floor, we have a timeout, but just before the timeout, Kelly Crispin with a long two-pointer knocks down from the left corner, gives the National Division, Shawn, a 20-15 lead. As we spoke before we went to Rob, the National kind of starting to pull things together, and now they're up by 5 all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're using good team defense. Megan Yellen's really been a spark off the bench. You see Arvin Green to the left, one of the coaches. Mark Petito from Deptford is up around talking to his players. Kelly Crispin, she had a nice pass right before her two-point jumper from the wing. And there you see Donna Costa to the left there, the Washington Township coach. She had a good year. She has a really outstanding freshman that's going to really make some noise in Gloucester County and also in the Olympic Conference.
While we're talking about coaches, too, we might as well mention the assistants with Frank Cristado for the American Division. He's joined by Janine Delaney from Clearview and Jen Denby from Pensgrove. So they're the coaches tonight. Steal inside was Shay Nelson, who got the steal. Couldn't get the layup to fall. Rebound pulled down by Jackie Finger.
Denby, I don't think, made the trip. She might be on her class trip with Deanna Moore, who's one of the assistants for Clearview. Joined her on the sideline.
Good steal by Finger, but she stepped out of bounds, and really she had nowhere to go with it anyway, Shawn, so it'll remain National Division basketball.
Here you see Melissa Ventoy from Washington Township.
Shay Nelson with it, back to Venturi. And that's one of those plays, I think, Shawn, they try to draw up, but you only get to practice that, 2-3 times in one day of practice, so they probably didn't get a chance to do it too well. And then, of course, the turnover, and Crystal Gravenese comes the other way, and she's fouled on her way to the basket. It'll be an inbounds play for the American Division.
Jackie Crocker, her second personal.
Now with Mellon out of the game for the American Division, they don't have that low post presence that she was giving her. The Cougars senior, who I'll tell you what, how about Shalik? Shalik really has had an outstanding year. Which is their football team, their soccer team, their basketball team getting to the Group 1 final.
So Gravenese shooting 1-1. Can't get it to drop. Rebound goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched on the baseline by Jackie Crocker. Crocker was also whistled for that foul, another Washington Township product. So she has 2 personals, 7 team fouls against the National Division. So it'll be 1-1 now for 1-1 now for Jackie Finger. Finger, a 5'8" forward. She can't get the first to fall, so the score remains 20-15 in favor of the National Division in blue. Shay Nelson goes coast to coast, up and in for the basket. Nelson now with 4 points. The Cumberland product with an easy layup as she just knifed her way through the American Division defense. Now the National showing a little full court pressure here.
Nice pass over the top.
Kelly Hoffman gets it across the timeline. Loose ball pulled down by Finger, but the National Division hands everywhere. They steal it, but now immediately throw it away. Once again, as Jackie Crocker was trying to hit a streaking Brittany Carapaz, 2 Washington Township teammates trying to connect there.
Yeah, Crocker, she's right now the center for the national team. And really what the national team has been able to do is they've played really good up-in-your-face defense. And that's really hampered the American team.
been the difference so far. And you see it again there. The player in the low post was triple teamed. Now shot also off the mark, but well challenged. And again, another ball tipped away in the lane. Gravenese now with it. She almost was fouled, no call. Gravenese missed that one short. Ball goes out of bounds. Like I said, it was last touched by the National Division. So it'll be American Division, last touched by the American Division, so it'll be National Division ball. And here comes Shay Nelson again, speeding across the timeline. Stops and pops from the elbow. That ball was partially blocked by Gravenese. Rebound pulled down by Carapaz. Carapaz, top of the key, stops looking for some help now. She dishes it off to Caitlin McCaffrey. McCaffrey gives to Venturi. Venturi driving baseline. Shot no good, but she's going to be called for the offensive foul, Shawn.
Yeah, I think she threw that little elbow out there to try to shed the defender. Ended up picking the foul now. That's the 8th team foul for the National Division team.
And then, of course, an offensive foul, so not an opportunity for the American Division to shoot. They just get the ball back, but immediately stolen once again. It's Caitlin McCaffrey out of Pennsville with the steal. The layup, no good. Rebound is loose. McCaffrey comes out of bounds back in to try and get it. Last touched by her and out of bounds. Shawn, Caitlin McCaffrey, 33, wearing blue. There you see her. Over 1,000 points this year, nailed over 100 three-pointers in her career.
Yeah, she's a girl who can really fire it up from the outside once she gets beyond that three. You want to make sure that you find out where she is, especially in a game like this where teams may be collapsing. You really don't have a scouting report on players. She could do some damage if somebody leaves her open for a little while. The National Division right now, they're just playing outstanding defense. In the American Division, I think they just got to try and slow it down a little bit. Try to work some offense because they do have some players that can score and shoot from the outside.
Frank Cristato of the American Division calls a timeout to try and get his troops reorganized again. Once again, they started out on an 11-0 run, Shawn, in the first quarter. Since then, they've only been able to muster 4 points, which has allowed the National Division to get back in to actually grab the lead now as they lead at 22-15 here in the second quarter.
And National Division has been able to deal with their defense, start a couple of breaks. Shay Nelson, Mo Bainey, and Megan Yona, 3 players that have really come out high intensity with running that break. Especially Mo Bainey. She came off the bench and made an immediate impact out of Deptford High School.
A couple other players not playing tonight, Shawn, for various reasons. The young ladies from Woodstown, Kirby Johnson and Jen Parks, those 2 are not playing. Sony Quick out of West Deptford, she is not playing tonight. And also 2 girls from Gloucester High School, Kelly Stafford, Katie Mulgrew. So there's a couple of all-stars on the American Division not playing tonight. 2 young ladies from the National Division out of Pennsgrove not playing. Megan Sheldon and Cherie Brackney are not with us tonight, but also all-stars. We want to recognize them as well tonight. Shay Nelson penetrating against man-to-man defense. 3-pointer is up and good. Knock it home for Caitlin McCaffrey. We just mentioned her, Shawn. She can pop it from the outside with over 100 in her career.
And she has a real nice release.
Gravity's baseline to Dineo. Now it's Rahuba from long distance, and she says she can do whatever you can do at the other end. She's got 2 3-pointers for Rahuba tonight. Here comes Nelson stopping and popping just inside the 3-point line. Can't get it. Rebound pulled down and saved nicely by Carapaz. It's back out to McCaffrey. McCaffrey to Nelson. She gets in the lane. Back out to Carapaz from the corner. That's just short off the mark. Slapped out of bounds. It'll be red basketball. The American Division will take over.
And what American Division was able to do that time with her previous possession is Gravenese dribbles around, goes down towards the baseline, and fires it, kicks it out to her teammate. And that's one of the things they need to do is slow it down a little bit. It's amazing sitting back and watching the game and you realize, boy, if you can just slow it down a little bit, chances are you're going to get a good shot.
And Shawn, we've seen a couple of threes heaved up by both teams in the last minute or so. There'll be a 3-point shooting contest as Shay Nelson gets the steal coming up at halftime with the 2 finalists. We'll mention them in just a moment. Nelson, nice crossover, gets into the lane, but has her pass battered away. The finalists, I think, are going to be Kelly Crispin is going to take on Stacy Dineo in the 3-point finals at halftime. Rob Christ will be on the court talking to our participants as well. That's just 45 seconds away as the American Division trails here with the basketball, but they trail at 25-18. We'll have 1-and-1 now as Rachel Rahuba out of Gateway will get the opportunity to shoot 1-and-1.
Fouls on Caitlin McCaffrey, her first personal.
Fouls on Caitlin McCaffrey, her first. And Rahuba will be at the line shooting 2, actually, at the 10th team foul against the visitors, the National Division.
And like you say, talked about this earlier. It's nice to see these players like Rahuba, who suffered through it, a real strenuous season with their team not getting too many wins. That's not Caitlin McCaffrey. Caitlin McCaffrey got the foul, but that's Rachel Rahuba. And to see her come out and play in this event and have some success. She's nailed a couple three-pointers.
Rahuba missed both, but the rebound was loose, went out of bounds, last touched by the National Division, so the American will get the inbounds underneath their own basket. Stacey Dineo, top of the key, swings it left side, and dribble drive for Rahuba. She's fouled, so she'll get a chance to shoot 2 more, Shawn, with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Hey, Rahuba doing a nice job asserting herself, dribbling with the left hand, and that's always a bonus. When you get a player like Rahuba or even Kelly Crispin who can use that left hand and switch from left to right, boy, that becomes a real asset for your team. Rahuba knocks so much more as a basketball player.
Rahuba knocks down the first, making it a 25-19 ball game. And now a 5-point game, 25-20 as the American Division trails by 5. National with the ball, 28 seconds left to go here, second quarter. They hurry across the timeline. Shea Nelson again, high speed, high velocity, can't get the shot to fall. American Division rebound now, and traveling is going to go against Brittany Carapaz. And 18 seconds remain for the American Division to cut into the 5-point lead. Plenty of time to work it for one good shot. Steal there. Nicely done by Carapaz. Carapaz gets in the quarter to Nelson. Rebound is battled for, and we're going to have a jump ball, position arrow pointing the direction of the National Division.
Well, you can tell all these girls are scorers for the team because they don't hesitate to fire it up.
Wide open jumper from the corner, no good. Off the mark by Carapaz. Venturi with the rebound. She can't get it to fall. Out of bounds, last touched by the National Division. Number 14, Crocker, went off her hands, so the American has 1 second with which to operate, Shawn.
Yeah, as you go to midcourt, the quick turnaround.
She just got it in quickly. Nelson gets the steal and the basket. Great work by Shea Nelson to get the deuce as time expires. Her 6th point of the night, and gives the National Division a 27-20 lead here in the second as we head to halftime, and we'll have the 3-point shooting contest coming up for you at the half. We'll step away for a moment and come back with more right after this on Comcast Cable, Channel 43. Back here at Clearview High School, Mike Shute along with Shawn Leary, and we're going to go courtside to Rob Christ as the 3-point shootout goes on. Stacey Dineo from Highland's going to be first, and Rob is with Kelly Crispin from Pittman High School. We'll throw it over to Rob, who's on the court with Kelly Crispin.
Stacey Dineo.
Stacey Dineo is going to head first. She's going to go first. She's knocks down 1 3-pointer, and each shooter is going to have 45 seconds to shoot. She's already knocked down 2. Rob's got Kelly Crispin.
30 seconds left now. She's thus far made 3, I believe. You made 8 in the first round. I mean, being a little bit tired, is this something you think you can top?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to come in here and win this 3-point contest. So it's exciting. It's just fun.
Now you're playing a girl against Highland. Highland had a great season. You yourself had a great season as well. We're down to the last 9 seconds. You looking forward to playing in college?
Oh, absolutely. I think I'm going to go on to play at E-Town. So I'm definitely excited about that.
Well, time is up. We'll see if you can beat that. Elizabethtown, my alma mater, so you made a good choice. No question about that. So Stacey Dineo, of course, shooting the 3-pointers. Now we will have to go over and we'll see Kelly Crispin. If I can just grab Stacey over here.
Stacey knocked down 5 there in that round.
Mike and Shawn here with Stacey Dineo, and Stacey ended up making 3 that round. Is that right? 5. Excuse me, 5. So I know you're a little bit winded after that, but
I was definitely getting tired.
Now, you did personally better than the first round. Kelly, of course, had a very good preliminary. You think that 5's going to hold up here?
Probably not. She's very good. I saw her shoot in the first round, and she's very good. So I don't think 5's going to hold up for that. But I think I should have done a lot better than I did. I didn't do very well. I know I can make more than that, but I know she's very good.
Well, being in this right here, I mean, is this nerve-wracking knowing that all eyes are on you with this big crowd on it?
Definitely. Like, everyone's, like, staring, like, all attention on me. I mean, it's definitely very difficult.
Okay, we're down to 30 seconds, and Kelly's off to a little bit of a slow start. I mean, how typically as an athlete, you're very competitive. How important is it for you to win this?
Well, I mean, it's not the most important thing in the world. I'd rather win the game, actually, because it's a team thing, you know, but it would be nice to win, you know? I mean, it always is, right?
Well, we're down to the last 15 seconds here, and Kelly, I know, was a little bit winded. Things are looking good right now.
It's just a bad round, I guess, for both of us.
Well, we're down to the last 4 seconds here, and time running out. So we got our winner right here, Stacy Dineo. So you talked about how you would like to win the game, but it has to feel good come away with a three-point shooting trophy.
Oh, it definitely does. I think I got very lucky, though, very lucky, because I know she's good. I know she's very good. I think I got lucky with 5, so.
Now, you were a member of a very good Highland team who had quite a few weapons. Is that something that they counted on from you, particularly the three-point shooting?
Well, yeah, basically Lisa and Danielle were very good. Whenever, like, everyone basically focused on them, and they basically kicked it out to me, and I hit important shots, basically, because they were the focus.
Well, congratulations again. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Mike and Shawn.
Thanks, Rob. So a three-point shooting contest there. Stacy Dineo from Highland wins it. The other participants in the three-point contest tonight, Casey Heitman from Clearview. She was eliminated in the first round. Kelly Crispin, you saw her there as the other finalist from Pittman. And also Melissa Venturi from Washington Township. Melissa and Kelly, they tied in the first round with 8 apiece, and they had to kind of face off there to head to the final. So Melissa Venturi, Kelly Crispin, each with 8 in the first round, then went out of the second round. And then you have our finalists there with Crispin and Dineo. Dineo wins it. We'll take a quick break, come back with more second half action here on Comcast Channel 43 right after this.
Okay, we'll pick it up at the lobby. Stick around, we'll have another drawing.
Back underway, American Division with the basketball. Rachel Rahuba can't get the shot to fall. Here comes the National Division the other way. Fast break. Megan Yellen, the recipient of a nice pass. She's got 4 points. And it is quickly a 29-20 lead for the National Division. We've got a whistle on the floor, a quick timeout. And I don't know what the issue was, but it's straightened out, whatever it is, Shawn.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I mean, I think maybe they had somebody in there that, and I'm sure they have set of who's going to be playing who when for the first at least three quarters, and then maybe they might change it up later. But Sophia Johnson comes into the game.
Rachel Rahuba with the basketball. We've mentioned her quite a bit this evening. She got 2 3-pointers. Looks inside to Danelle Ruddero. Back out to Rahuba for 3. Can't get this one to fall, and it's going to go over the top of the backboard out of bounds. It'll be National Division basketball. The National Division wearing blue, they lead it by the score of 29-20. American Division is red. Maureen Bainey inbounds. Megan Yellen now out of bounds off the foot of Sophia Johnson right in front of us here at midcourt. And it will be American Division basketball. Pardon me, National Division basketball.
I'll tell you, there's one girl that I wouldn't mind having on my team any game that I'm going to play, Sophia Johnson, because she's not afraid. I've seen her go diving on the floor many times for Paulsboro. She's not afraid to mix it up. I like that type of player.
Johnson tried to feed it inside. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by the American Division, so it will remain National Division ball underneath their own basket. Maureen Bainey again to pull the trigger. 3-point baseline jumper is up and good. That was Danita Hamilton for 3. She has 5. And now a 32-20 lead.
Danita, a 1,000-point scorer for Paulsboro this year.
3-pointer from Rahuba. That's off the mark. Out of bounds. It will remain American Division basketball. Oh, pardon me. Change the call. Little communication there between the officials changes that call, and it will be National Division basketball. Danita Hamilton, Mo Bainey, Erin Bonner, Megan Yellen with the ball now, joined by Sophia Johnson on the floor for the National Division. Rachel Rahuba with the steal. She's on the floor with Kelly Hoffman, Crystal Gravenese, who lost the handle there, Danelle Ruddero, and Jackie Finger. They're your lineups right now on the floor in this NYAA Gloucester County Area Senior Girls Basketball Game, the 2003 version, coming to you from Clearview High School.
They got to go look at Jeannie Delaney, Clearview coach. Boy, did she miss Katie Shirley this year. The Gloucester County Player of the Year last year, voted by the Gloucester County Times.
Katie Shirley was an outstanding player here at Clearview.
She was real nice.
Center for 4 years, dominant force in the paint for the Pioneers. As we have a jump ball call on the floor.
Great softball player as well. Gravenese and Heitman, also Clearview products here, will also play in the spring some softball. Traditionally a good school for softball. They've had a lot of really good pitchers.
Scarlett Reuter,
Julie Undercuffler. It was just amazing when she was here for the green and gold.
Danita Hamilton pulls up from the left side. She's got 7. The Paulsboro product gives her team a 34-20 lead. And after what looked like was going to be an American Division rout, they suddenly turned the complete opposite. After the American Division started this game with an 11-0 run, Shawn, it's been a 34-9 run put on by the National Division in blue to give them a 34-20 lead right now with 7:31 remaining third quarter.
And the Nationals turned up its defense and not allowing the American Division to drive at all. The American Division, really, I think all they have to do is just set things up for themselves.
Good look inside. Shot blocked that time by Megan Yellen. 3-pointer by Rahuba, and that one was deep and good. She now with...
You can see that this team can shoot. The American Division has the good shooters that can hit the outside jumper. Rahuba's one of them. But you need just time and open space to get the good looks.
Rahuba with 11 points as it's a 11-point advantage for the National Division. Shot no good that time. From the corner, that was Erin Bonner from Gloucester Catholic who missed the shot, and then the rebound results in a foul.
Megan Yellen's a player. That's another girl I'd love to have on my team. Her, Mo Bainey, these players just love to play defense, mix it up, can run the floor. Just good-looking players and asserting themselves here in this game. And you can tell by the 34-23 score, those two are on the same team.
Rahuba, little pump fake there, got the defender in the air, but the steal was made by Erin Bonner. Bonner gives it to Hamilton, back to Bonner. Good look inside to Yellen, but tipped away nicely. But look who picks it up, Sophia Johnson for 2 easily on the inside. 36-23 lead now for the National Division as they just continue to pour it on. Active hands and active feet on defense is what helped the National Division build this 13-point lead, 36-23. Nothing doing on the baseline there. Rotaro, though, gets it in the low block, and she is fouled. Another foul on Megan Yellen. That's going to be her second personal, the 3rd team foul here in the second half against the National Division.
Yeah, what the American Division's lacking, Mike, is that point guard, somebody who can really feed and set up her teammates, and they don't have that true ball handler like Shane Nelson, a la Shane Nelson for the National Division.
Rotaro stepped to the line for the first time tonight. She misses her first.
I mean, that player that can handle the ball probably the best is probably Rachel Rahuba, but she's also the shooter. So you really need somebody to try and set her up, let her hit those open jumpers.
Strong rebound that time by Sophia Johnson. She got in there and ripped it away, but the National Division turns it over. So it will go back to the American Division as they try and slice into the 13-point lead of the National. Rahuba gives it to Kelly Hoffman, back to Rahuba for 3. Another high rebound, but this time corralled by the National. But out of bounds again by the National, so it will be, pardon me, actually the rebound wound up hitting the baseline, so it is National Division basketball. Near steal that time by Gravenese. She just tipped it out of bounds, so it remains National Division basketball. Here you see Crystal Gravenese from Clearview. Right at home here on the home floor. Rahuba, yet another 3 is no good. Strong rebound that time by Hoffman. Hoffman back to Rahuba. Rahuba looks inside to Rutterow. Ball stolen away by Mo Bainey from Deptford. And Bainey is going to be whistled for the double dribble. So it will remain American Division ball. Every time the Nationals teams get their hands on it, Shawn, something happens and the ball goes right back to the girls in red.
Yeah, and they're not right now. They're not finding that player like Shea Nelson who they can get the ball to and dribble it up court. One player is Mo Bainey.
Bainey, great steal. Gets it to Bonner. Bonner trying to look for some help. Pulls into the front court. Danita Hamilton for three, no good. Rebound by Rutterow. Rutterow now picks up her dribble, looking for some help. Here comes Rahuba. Dribbles across the timeline. Quickly along the baseline for Gravenice. Gravenice into the paint. Stops and pops, no good. Bainey again with the rebound. Bainey harassed by a couple of American Division players. Take your choice in who they're going to call the foul on. Looks like they're going to give it to Rachel Rahuba, number 33. And we've got a timeout on the floor as we are midway, just a little bit more than midway through the third quarter. 4:44 left to go. 36-23, National Division leads it. And we are going to send it over to Rob Chris now here at courtside with another interview. Go ahead, Rob.
Courtside here with Justin Shipley, star player from Gateway High School, one of the top scorers in South Jersey. Justin, you had to feel good about taking Gateway to the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I love playing with them guys. It's been a rough time playing for the rest of the years, and we finally put it together and did something good.
You've had a bit of a difficult time these past 2 years, each time bitten by the injury bug, this time with a dislocated shoulder. How is the rehab going?
It's going pretty good.
Now, we talked a little bit before. You're obviously getting a lot of looks from a variety of colleges. Anywhere in particular where you're leaning to go to?
Felicia College, because they want my brother to go there, and I want to play on this team, so it'd be good for us.
Now, obviously, you're going to miss this All-Star game. How difficult is it for you to, have such a great season and have it end in such a fashion?
It's really difficult because I love playing basketball. I mean, I play all the time, and not just to sit here and watch these guys play, it makes me want to play even more.
And this would have been, of course, a great showcase for you, playing in the All-Star games. In addition, Gateway, of course, lost in the playoffs, minus you in the lineup, and now here you're missing out on an All-Star game. What type of things will you be doing for rehab? You mentioned before possibly surgery.
Yeah, I might have to get surgery, but if it doesn't go too well, but it's pretty good because I've been playing a lot, and it hasn't hurt me one bit yet. It's just a little sore, so hopefully it works out okay and I won't have to get surgery.
Well, we'll certainly be keeping an eye on you, Justin. Good luck with your rehab. Back to you, Mike and Shawn.
Thanks a lot, Rob. 38-23 as one basket was scored by Kiana Smith from Deptford to advance the National Division lead a little bit further.
And Justin Shipley, he was a pleasure to watch. We did him here on Comcast Channel 43 against Woodbury. And he had a couple of thunderous dunks in that game before at the end of the game it really turned a sour note for the whole Gateway season as they finally made it to the playoffs and then only to lose Justin Shipley going into the playoffs. And that was really, I'd say, one of the biggest downers of the year in sports for high school. I mean, for what they were able to accomplish this year, they finally get their opportunity. 3 wins in 3 years to finally make that playoffs for those seniors, and to have Justin Shipley go down like that was really a real shame.
Shea Nelson at the line made her first free throw. Knocks down the second as well. We've got her with 8 points, and it's a 40-26 lead for the National Division. At the other end of the floor, just prior to that, Stacey Dineo with the three-pointer, the three-point champion tonight here in this girls' all-star game. Knocked down a 3 to live up to her title. Turnover for the American. So once again, the Nationals' defense is what's made the difference, Shawn. They get another steal here. And they've been pretty lucky and fortunate and able to turn those turnovers into points.
Yeah, both teams, not real fluid, but the National have been able to use their defense as a catalyst for their offense and really get it going on the break. American, as I said, they just need to drive to the basket, kick it out. They don't have that inside presence, and they finally get it back here with Yvonne Melnick. She gets back into the game.
Three-pointer leg was partially blocked there. Now they're going to say it was not, and they will turn it over to the... Actually, yes, it was
had
tipped.
to be blocked. I mean,
Yes.
You're not going to have somebody come up that short on a three-point attempt.
The initial call changed as, again, good communication from our officials tonight to make that, to observe that. I thought it was tipped, and they originally called National Division ball, but goes back to the American Division. Stepping into just inside the three-point line for the shot. That time is Casey Heitman. She gets the loose ball, puts it back up, can't get it. Nadia Wonder with it in the paint. Back out to Highland teammate Stacy Dineo, who knocks down another three. She's got 6, and it might be three-point shooting that gets the American back in it. This is now a 40-32 lead for the National.
Yeah, I like what Nadia Wonder's doing here for Overbrook. And when she gets a rebound inside, and she doesn't have her body, Megan Yellen with a steal and a basket. Once Wonder, and there you see her there, number 22 for the American Division. Once she has her body turned, she doesn't try to just throw the ball up behind her.
Another steal, but it went off the foot of Shea Nelson. She had the steal, but then lost it out of bounds. So 42-29, pardon me, is what they have on the scoreboard. So that's 2:20 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, what Wonder does is she'll grab the rebound and she kicks it out to an open teammate. Good look inside.
Another steal, this time was by Lauren Byrne, number 10. Quickly to Shea Nelson for another basket. Nelson with 10 points.
And again, the lack of a true point guard that really can handle the basketball. And Rahoop is one of those players. Not out there right now.
Dineo again from deep. Can't get this three to fall. Good rebound, though. Shot off the mark. Megan Yellen with the rebound, battling along with Yvonne Mellon from Shalleck. Possession arrow, though, points the direction of the National Division, and everything seems to be pointing the direction of the National Division tonight. Look at Shea Nelson handle the basketball and get into the lane. A little behind the back move there, and she was fouled on the reach, and they're going to get Mara Walsh, I believe, number 23 with the foul. As her first personal, and the third team foul of the evening for the American Division. So 44-29, your score. The National Division in blue with the lead. They have the basketball. Shot up and good from the corner is Brittany Carapaz from Washington Township. And the pressure continues for the National Division. The steal that time by Kiana Smith, but she couldn't get the shot to fall. But the National not afraid to turn up the volume, Shawn, on the press.
Well, Deptford players are used to doing that. They do that a lot. They really like to press. And Kiana Smith there wasn't able to finish, but the American team is really struggling just trying to get the ball past midcourt.
Seems as if their biggest problem tonight, Shawn's been handling that pressure of the National Division. I mean, you said the Deptford team really likes to press, but it seems like you've got every player out there from the National Division just has a purpose, and they know how to play with that high-pressure defense.
Yeah, it looks like one team's a lot quicker than the other one. It looks like National Division has the athletes on the team, and the American Division has the shooters. What you need to do is just try to either throw over or dribble around, but you need to communicate with each other. Right now, the American team is not communicating. National team is able to put the pressure on and jumped out to now a 17-point lead. And
no coincidence, Shawn, that you're getting high-pressure defense from the National Division team when it's coached by Mark Petito, who, that's all he does is high-pressure defense.
Yeah, he's
not a coincidence.
He's a big deal. I'll tell you, that guy to the right there, Arvin Green, the Pennsville coach, can he light it up? He's one of the best players in Salem County. We get the box scores over from today's Sunbeam Gloucester County Times, and Arvin Green, he's a consistently 30-30 guy. He's always getting the 30 points. He pulls down a lot of boards in that rec league that he plays in.
A big guy, too. He's a big guy,
he's
too.
Huge.
American Division takes over. A minute 20 left to go here in the third quarter, and American Division trailing 46-29. Another steal for the National. It's Shea Nelson again to the basket. She's fouled. She will go to the line and shoot two. Foul's going to be against number 31, Yvonne Mellon, trying to defend.
Yeah, good hustle by Mellon. Getting back down. And again, Big East basketball, you don't let up no easy layups. You got to go for the foul, go for the block. Nelson really establishing herself, and you can see what type of a point guard she is. She can really handle the ball.
Nelson misses the first. She has 10 points tonight.
Hey, Nelson shooting two here.
Second also off the mark, but Again, the hustle of the National Division. They come down with the loose ball as well. They always seem to be in the right spot. Possession arrow. Tie-up is called. Possession arrow points the way of the American Division, which trails by 17 points, 46-29. Remember, this game started off with an American Division run of 11 straight points before the National even got on the board. So it's been very much all National Division most of this game. Yvonne Mellon in the paint. She goes hard to the basket. Can't get the shot, but she will shoot 2 free throws.
Nice job of getting her the ball inside. Quick turnaround.
And in the first quarter, Shawn, the American Division was real successful in going to Yvonne Mellon on the inside, and that's kind of how they built that 11-point lead. She had 5 of the first 11 points.
Yeah, she's got the height advantage over everybody here. She has nice body control underneath. She gets a little spin move and goes to the basket, tries to stay in control of herself. And with the height advantage she has here, she's only going to get fouled by these smaller players who are trying to defend her.
1 of 2 for Mellon, and it's a 46-30 basketball game. Nardia Wonder picks up the foul for the American Division, trying to press. Fouled Megan Yellen. Yellen, number 12, wide open in the corner. But Kiana Smith doesn't see her, goes back to Shay Nelson. Nelson, as Shawn has said time and time again tonight, a real true point guard tonight on the floor, and has really done a great job this time getting to the basket.
See a young fan enjoying the game. But the bleachers, either one of the two.
Shay Nelson will shoot 2 free throws. Knocks down the first. She now with 11 points tonight. Nelson can't get the second to fall, but again, the loose ball winds up in the hands of the National Division. Kiana Smith with the rebound, back to Nelson. Nelson tried to make a quick look inside. Pass intercepted, though, by Nardia Wonder from Highland. This is Casey Heitman across the timeline. Heitman to Wonder. Wonder looking inside for Mellon. Nothing doing there, though. Now Heitman back out to Stacy Dineo, and another 3 for Dineo. She's got 3 out of her last 4 threes have fallen. She's got 9, and it's a 47-33 game. Nice look inside by Nelson, and she finds Lauren Byrne in there as the buzzer sounds. Byrne with 6 points, and it's back to a 16-point advantage. 49-33 is what they have on the scoreboard here, and we will play the last 10 minutes of our contest. Again, 49-33 is the score. Back with more after this on Comcast Cable Channel 43.
From 17 Flint Street, Westville, she's won a CD boombox from Gravel. Another Gravel winner is Shawn Nichols.
I'm Mike Shute along with Shawn Leary here courtside at Clearview High School for the Gloucester County Area Girls All-Star Game. National Division leads it by the score of 49-33 over the American Division. Make it 51-33, Shawn, as the National just continues to dominate.
Yeah, 5'11" Washington Township product. Jackie Crocker, nice little turnaround, puts herself in good position. McCaffrey had her foot on the line, playing a 12-minute quarter here in the fourth.
And McCaffrey got the steal, Shawn, and she knew she was close to the line. She looked straight down, but stepped on it anyway. Couldn't quite avoid it, as Rahuba misses that long jumper, and another turnover on the National Division. They're up by 18, so they can, I guess, afford to be sloppy. And at this point, Shawn, I don't think you're going to hear it from your coach. In the fourth quarter of an All-Star game, no one's going to say, well, you know, take better care of the ball and call a timeout and shoot you out. But so they can all relax out there now.
Coaches are just kicking back now. They're probably make a cell phone call to see who's winning in their favorite tournament game.
Caitlin McCaffrey with the steal, and result at the other end is a Sophia Johnson basket. She's got 6 from Paulsboro, and is now a 20-point advantage for the National Division.
The National Division really dominating this game right now.
Shot off the mark. Rebound, though, that time by Rutterow is up and good. So Rutterow scores her first basket of the night. 2 points from her, and it's 53-35. Steal by Steal was taken away by Crystal Gravenese. However, she's going to be whistled for the reach-in foul.
Took the It'll be 22nd timeout by the National Division. Mark Petito wakes up and gets off his call to find out what Temple's doing.
So maybe he was a little unhappy with a couple of turnovers there by the National Division.
We might have miscalculated his patience.
Maybe we spoke too soon. So on the floor for the National Division right now, as they kind of head back onto the floor, Melissa Venturi, number 20. Number 24 is Sophia Johnson. Number 31, Maureen Bainey. Number 14 is Jackie Crocker. And shooting the free throw will be number 33, Caitlin McCaffrey. On the floor for the American Division, number 24, Jackie Finger. Number 33, Rachel Rahuba. Number 12 is Danelle Rutterow, number 13, Kelly Hoffman, and number 10, Crystal Gravini. So we can try and update you, as there's often substitutions in these All-Star games. Try and keep you updated who's on the floor and when. Caitlin McCaffrey now with 4 points as she makes the front end of the 1-and-1.
McCaffrey should be a pretty big name, and people might have heard, especially softball. A lot of good McCaffreys down at Pennsville High School.
McCaffrey's second one no good, but the rebound up and good by Sophia Johnson gives her 8 points for the Paulsboro product and a 56-35 advantage. 21-point lead for the American Division. And it's still stunning to me, Shawn, the American Division, which trails, I should say, by 21, that they started off this game leading 11-0, and it's now been a 56-24 run by the National Division since their first basket. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the national team really couldn't find the net at all. They were having trouble finding the backboard. The American Division was able to jump out to an early lead. Like you say, using Yvonne Mellon, she was a big player for them early in the game. They were getting the ball inside of her. She was making some things happen. A couple open looks for the American Division. And then the National Division's defense really just took control of the game and has built them now a 21-point lead.
This is Melissa Venturi. Venturi passes all the way across the top of the defense to wide open Sophia Johnson, who scores again. She now has 10, and it's a 58-35 advantage. So the lead grows to 23 as we have 10 minutes remaining here in the final quarter.
That was a great looking pass cross court to find Johnson open.
Here's Rachel Rahuba for three. That's no good. Rebound is battled for and slapped out of bounds. Actually, I think they're going to catch Maureen Bainey with the foul coming over the top. Yes, they do. She's whistled for the foul, number 31 in the center of your screen there. And it will be a 1-and-1 situation for Danelle Rutterow.
And she jumped over her Tri-County Conference World Division opponent, Danelle Rutterow. Danelle also has a sister, John, I believe. The two of them played some soccer together.
Rutterow makes the first to give herself a second opportunity. Second up is good as well. 4 points for Rutterow, unofficially, and it's a 58-37 lead now for the National Division. National with the ball, Venturi looking inside. Power dribble by Crocker, and the shot no good. Tie up and a jump ball. It will remain National Division basketball. Mo Bainey to inbound. Ball stolen away by Gravini across midcourt. McCaffrey gives chase, though, and tips it away. But she stepped out of bounds and then back inbounds. You can't be the first person, Shawn, to touch the ball. If you save it, you can't come back in and get it if you step out of bounds. And that's what she did.
And she had to do it because if she doesn't at least go for it there and allows the American Division player to go ahead and get the basketball, they're going to probably score on her. So it's a good move of closing the turnover there. It was a nice, good hustle to come back, and McCaffrey stealing the ball, but she got picked. Come back and hustle back and at least deny the layup. Again, denying that easy layup, that breakaway layup.
And Marge Mannion,
teams take a lot of pride in.
Marge Mannion, the official there, saw a wet spot on the floor. That was the delay, and she ran and got a towel, wiped it up. Everyone helping out tonight here at Clearview High School. Foul on the inside. We'll have 1-and-1 again. Rutterow will head back to the line. Rutterow makes the first. Now we have her with 5 points. She will have a second free throw here. And can actually bring the lead down within less than 20 now, Shawn, if she knocks down the second, and she does not. So 20-point game, 58-38. Here comes the National Division, high octane, as they head to the basket. Great pass inside, shot could not fall for Crocker. And the ball tied up again. This time, possession arrow points the direction of the American Division.
And people wanted an over-the-back call. Sophia Johnson came down with a rebound and got tied up there. Again, to try to get this down under 20 with 9 minutes left here.
Rahuba tried to go baseline, dribbled it off the foot of Caitlin McCaffrey, however, so it will remain American Division basketball with 8:58 left to go. Crystal Gravenese pulling the trigger, as she's done so many times here at Clearview High School. Jackie Finger is able to shake loose and get the easy layup there. Nice job of stick-to-itiveness from Jackie Finger to make it a 58-40 ball game.
Nice job rounding the defense and getting herself an easy layup. A couple of picks set by her teammates. She was able to take advantage.
And another turnover by the National Division. Gets the American back the ball. American Division in red, trailing by the score of 58-40 against the National Division in blue. And another foul is going to put Gravenese at the line to shoot 1-1.
Fouls on Melissa Venturi, her third, team's ninth.
Foul on Melissa Venturi, that's her third and the 9th team foul of the night for the for the National Division. So from here on out, American will shoot 2 free throws after this 1-1 attempt for Gravenese. Gravenese misses the first. Rebound is fought for and lost out of bounds off Sophia Johnson. So the ball will remain in possession of the American Division.
And they can use a bucket here. 8:28 left. I mean, this leads 18 points right now. It's not insurmountable. They still have a shot, but they need to make a couple of three-pointers and go on a run like they did to start the game.
Finger with it. Now back to Rahuba. Rahuba uses a nice screen by Finger. Finger can't get it. Rahuba can't get it to fall on Mo Bainey with the rebound, and then Rachel Rahuba quickly fouls the other way. And we'll have 1-1 now for Mo Bainey from Deptford. We'll shoot 1-1.
Fouls on Rachel Rahuba, her third.
So Maureen Bainey, she'll be she's playing some hoops right now, Shawn, but she's probably been practicing for softball as well during the week.
She's probably in the softball. I don't know what the stoppage play is there, but I'm sure she's been practicing already, getting that arm loosened up. They had a couple players switching at the line.
Rahuba can't get it to fall. Rebound brought down by Jackie Finger of the American Division. So score remains 58-40 as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Kelly Hoffman quickly swings it along the baseline, but the ball is lost as Gravenese couldn't keep the handle, and it will be back to the National Division. Caitlin McCaffrey from Pennsville trying to penetrate. Looks like the American Division's gone to a zone here, a little bit of a 3-2 zone. And we're going to have a foul against the American Division. We'll see Caitlin McCaffrey at the line to shoot shoot 1-1.
Unless they call that a shooting foul, which she'd probably be shooting 3. I think she is going to be shooting 3.
Wow.
Looks like she was behind the line for a three-pointer. That's a no-no. You don't want to foul behind there. Somebody shooting.
So McCaffrey makes the first, and we'll have 2 more left. No, just shot 2. And she will be shooting a third. So she missed that one. And we'll have a third. Not even the players didn't know how many they were shooting, Shawn. So McCaffrey makes 1 of 3, but the rebound pulled down by Melissa Venturi. Venturi back out to back out to Mo Bainey. She can't make it, but now the shot is up and good as Melissa Venturi gets the rebound and the putback and the foul, and she will shoot 1. 61-40, the advantage for the National Division. Venturi leaves it short, but another rebound on the offensive end for the National Division, now tied up, but the possession arrow points the way of the National Division.
National Division is going to score 30 points on this one possession.
They're working their way there.
Foul, they make 1. There you go, another foul.
Now Sophia Johnson is fouled, so she will shoot 2, as that is the 10th team foul in the American division. The Paulsboro product shooting 2 here, already with 10 points tonight, looking for more. That one is no good. Johnson will have a second. Again, all these seniors here tonight getting one last chance to shine their basketball skills, and a good opportunity for a lot of them to say, hey, I was an all-star.
Yeah, a lot of kids are pretty pumped up about this. We did a couple stories in our paper about it. They were genuinely excited about playing in this game.
Rachel Rahuba, good pass inside to Jackie Finger. She can't get it to go. Turnover. That was as the National Division had the basketball and had it stolen away. Now we'll have a foul on 33, Caitlin McCaffrey, reaching in. It's her second personal. And the 10th for the team, so both teams, any foul the rest of the way, will be shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
7:02 left to go, fourth quarter. At the line is Kelly Hoffman, number 13, out of Delsea, a 5'9" guard/forward. Does a little bit of everything for the Crusaders.
Kelly, nice shooter's touch from the line.
She knocks down a pair, and it's 62-42. Long shot off the mark by Sophia Johnson. Out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
Everyone's getting hammered every time down court, and this is where the coaches got to step in and say, look, we're at an all-star game. Let's try to get this game going in a fluid motion here and see if we can showcase our skills instead of just fouling at the defensive end. But of course, that won't happen.
Lauren Byrne with it. Tried to get into, Crystal Gravenese with it. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound is teared away by Sophia Johnson, but Crystal Gravenese come the other way, pokes it away. And a lot of times, that happens a lot, Shawn, where the rebounder gets it, tries to take off and dribble, and someone comes from behind, tips it away. And in an all-star game like this, you're not going to get the communication you normally get.
Well, at this level, a lot of these kids really don't, they're not really good ball handlers. You might see the one, which is Shane Nelson, who's a really good ball handler, and you got a couple people like Rahuba and Mo Bainey who can handle it a little bit. But for the most part, these girls, they really aren't strong dribblers. They're not somebody who can go out and really light it up and down the court, and they got their head down. And you see a lot of them dribble, and they get the rebound, put their head down, and try to dribble through everybody. And that causes a lot of turnovers and a lot of people coming back for helping out on defense and stripping the ball.
Couple of substitutions, actually full-scale substitutions into the game for the National Division. We'll get them to you as soon as possible. Sophia Johnson knocks down her second, so she will be replaced in the lineup. Coming in for her is number 10, Lauren Byrne. Also on the floor, number 11, Erin Bonner. Number 32, Kelly Crispin. Number 14, Jackie Crocker. And number 23, Danita Hamilton out there for the National Division. American Division lineup still the same. Crystal Gravenese into the lane. Up and good for 2. Her first basket of the night. She's got 2. 64-44. Low post, Jackie Crocker kicks it back out. And now the National swings it around. Shot off the mark that time by Hamilton. Ball loose. Here comes Gravenese again ahead of the pack. Now stops in the lane, jump stop, shot up and good. She's got 2 more. And now a 64-46 lead, down to 18 points for the National Division. Steal by Gravenese, and then she flies out of bounds with it. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be National Division basketball. We've got a buzzer and a timeout on the floor. One of these pre-scheduled timeouts on the floor here in this All-Star game, which means it's time to hear from our sideline man tonight, Rob Christ. Rob's got a special guest, Mike Ricci, the Paulsboro head coach, whose team is going to be heading to the state finals tomorrow. Go ahead, Rob.
Courtside here with head coach Mike Ricci of the Paulsboro Red Raiders. Mike, very exciting time for you heading into the state championship game tomorrow night. You look ahead. What are the prospects? I know you're facing a very good Bloomfield Tech team.
We're just looking forward to the challenge. Tomorrow, Bloomfield Tech's a very good team, and we've prepared all season, actually 4 years for this moment. So I'm enjoying it. The kids will enjoy their time, and hopefully we'll be fortunate enough to come out with a victory.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the kids enjoying the time. All as a coach, as a player, this is something you build for. The kids have to be so excited.
Yeah, they've since their 8th grade year, they've been waiting for this opportunity to go up to Rutgers and play for a state championship. And you know, it's an exciting time for the town, the school, the families, everybody that's involved with the program. And you know, hopefully being the only representative from South Jersey going up to play for a state title, we can bring it home.
Now, we did the first game of the season. You faced off against West Deptford here on Channel 43. You told me that anything less than a South Jersey championship would mean some lack of satisfaction on your part. So you've accomplished that goal. Now, of course, hopefully the state championship. Then you get into the Tournament of Champions, and then it starts to get real interesting.
Yeah, it's if you win a state title, it's anything that happens after that is just icing on the cake. We'll just take our chances up in the Tournament of Champions, but you know, we still have that one game left. I don't want to look ahead yet, but if we do get to the Tournament of Champions, it'll just be icing on the cake for our basketball team, and we'll just go up and compete like we've been doing all year.
Okay, now you're the talk of South Jersey basketball right now because you've just handed in your resignation. You're going out on top. You know, walk us through what your thinking was.
I think in the 8 years that I've been there, I've come full circle. I walked in with a great team, and we wound up winning the state title my first year. And the most satisfying thing to me is getting them back to that level after 8 years. And I love the town. I love the people there. I had an unbelievable experience. I was very fortunate to get the job at a young age. And I think it's just time for a new challenge for me. I'm a very competitive person, and I've accomplished everything I could at the school, and I'm just, you know, I'm going to move on and see if I can find something that's more competitive.
Okay, now you talk about something that's more competitive. That begs the question, what is that?
I don't know what it is yet.
I mean, are you thinking about coaching in the college ranks or what?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's maybe a Group 3, Group 4 school. If it's being an assistant at a college level. I've been involved with basketball since I've been 12 years old, and if I left it, I wouldn't know what to do for 3-4 months. So I think, you know, I will. Hopefully, I'll be coaching again somewhere next November.
Well, of course, Mike, you know that old coaches go to die right here on television, so you can always join us. Back to you, Mike and Shawn.
Good point, Rob. Good point. Mike Ricci will be missed as he had a great coaching career in 8 years. Came right out of college, I guess, basically. Played some college ball at Rowan and went on to coach at Paulsboro and did a great job. Got them to the state finals his first year, and they're back there this year. Well, and we'll expound on that a little bit more after this. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break with the national team leading it by the score of 72-48. Back with more after this on Comcast Cable Channel 43.
The toll-free tobacco hotline number.
Back here at Clearview High School, Mike Shute and Shawn Leary. And you've got the National Division in blue leading it by the score of 72-48 over the American Division in the NYAA Gloucester County area girls all-star basketball game. I'll spit it out somewhere along the line. The 2003 edition here, and a fine showing on both ends of the court. But Shawn, before we went to break, of course, our own Rob Christ interviewed Paulsboro head coach Mike Ricci, and we were talking about, you know, his team and what he's done there. It's just been a great run for him in 8 years.
Yeah, and I really don't blame Mike Ricci for getting out now, and I ain't too sure if Paulsboro is going to incorporate a new system and how they're hiring their head coaches and what I think they want the coaches to be at the school. Mike Ricci decided this was his last year, and I think it's a great move by him to go out on top the way he's going out and try to get to another level. He's a very good coach. He'll be sorely missed in Gloucester County if he goes on to go to another county, or like we, maybe think he might go is on to a college. He'll be great assistant coach in college, and I'm sure he can move himself up the ranks. Good young coach who has a lot of good ideas, knows the game. But he's a guy that will be sorely missed in Gloucester County because he's done a lot for not only Paulsboro, but he's a guy who really loves the game of basketball and does a lot for kids talking to him. And and he's got a positive attitude. So I know he'll be missed sorely at the Gloucester County Times, but also here at Comcast and everything that he goes and does in the future. We only wish him the best.
It is intriguing where he might be headed. I mean, he's got some connections with his former Rowan coach, I guess, John Giannini, who's up at University of Maine. You know, maybe there's an assistant opening at Rowan. Who knows where it might wind up. But it's just interesting, I think, to see where he'll fall, because he's been so successful.
Like he said, he can't miss basketball, a season of basketball. He knows that he has something somewheres, and it'll come out soon.
Yeah.
Because he's a basketball guy. He couldn't go a winter without being a coach somewhere, so he has something lined up for him, and I'm sure we'll find out where that is soon.
Easy basket inside for Nardia Wonder from Highland. A minute 50 left to go, 74-51. Shawn, one thing about Mike's decision, and you know, I don't want to come across as critical of him, but the fact that this came out just before they're playing their state final game, do you think that has any effect on the players for Paulsboro?
I don't think a lot of kids know it. A lot of people had known about this for a while. I knew about it almost at the beginning of the season, that he wasn't coming back. In fact, actually before the season started, some of his kids may not have known, but I think a lot of people, when people talk, they say, you know, he's not coming back. So I don't think it's a distraction to the team. You have one sophomore that's on the starting unit, and you know, they're gonna, maybe he's pulling out, you know, win one for the coach type thing.
I was just wondering if it had any effect, negative or positive. I mean, like you just said, win one for the coach. Hey, it's going to be his last game. You know, maybe they go out and get one, work a little harder, and try and get one for him. I don't know. It's just, you know, interesting to see what the players' thought process is, and maybe we can talk to a couple of them during the boys' game when we'll be bringing that one to you right after this.
I really think it's a non-factor. I don't think they're going to try to win one for the coach, or they'll be trying to win one for themselves. You know, the seniors that have been playing basketball together now for a few years, and they get this opportunity. This is a, you know, once in a lifetime chance. You get, you know, basically one shot, one crack at this after you've been working since 8th graders to get to this point.
And some people never get that chance.
Exactly.
Easy basket there for Lauren Byrne out of Gloucester Catholic. 76-55, National leads it. And this time it's Casey Heitman the other way out of Clearview. She gets the roll.
The coaches may have called off the dogs a little bit. They're not pressuring as much, and you don't see as much pressure on the ball. Not many fouls have been called in the last 5 minutes.
Long three-pointer, no good for Crispin. Rebound for the American Division. Just 15 seconds left to go here in the high school basketball careers of a lot of players. And there's one of them, Maura Walsh, 23, with the easy layup for 2. As the clock winds down here. Sophia Johnson has it go out of bounds. And it was last touched by Sophia, so the American Division will get one last crack at it here. With 4 seconds left to go, the American Division will unfortunately lose this ball game, but you know, it's an all-star game, Shawn, and I think everyone can take the loss just fine. No one's going to be too upset. That's your final score, 76-59. So, Shawn, looking back on this game, the American Division loses it by the score of 76-59. But they started off with an 11-0 run. They get outscored 76-48 from that point on. That's just incredible what the National Division did. And if you really analyze it, this game, it's real obvious what the National Division did. They won with defense.
Yeah, they won with defense, and I think they had the better athletes on their team. They had Shane Nelson, who was an outstanding point guard, was able to do a lot of good things, set up her teammates, and use that speed and defense to create open shots for her teammates. And another couple of people that really stood out, I think Macon Yellen, she played outstanding defense for the National Division, and also Mo Bainey, who came in and did a nice job. On the American Division squad, Yvonne Mellon, she came out and did pretty well as a center, and then you got a couple other girls who did pretty well. But for the most part, I think the National Division's team speed, overall athletes on the floor, really took it to the American Division, and there you have your outcome.
We had Shay Nelson leading the way, I think, for the National with 11, along with Sophia Johnson. So those two were able to really kind of lead the scoring. And they did it a lot of different ways, Shawn. I mean, they did it with some outside shooting. They got some steals, and they got some easy baskets with layups and good passing. I mean, it was a real team effort that you get, and that's really what you're going to get in an all-star game anyway. I mean, to say that's more cliche than usual.
Yeah, and basically they came out and had a good time. They want to run up and down the court and try to show some highlights. You know, get a couple. I see Shay Nelson. She had a couple behind the back moves. But that's all they come out. This is really a couple. This is the last time they'll be playing basketball, and I'm sure they just wanted to come out here, have some fun, try to light it up, get involved with the crowd a little bit, and I think we'll see that again with the boys game.
And right now on the court, they're just recognizing all the players who participated in this game tonight, all the seniors who, of course, Shawn, once again, it's their last game as seniors. So, and I know you've been around for a while with the, working at the Gloucester County Times and everything. As a senior, to get an opportunity like this, what do you think it means to some of these kids?
I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they're just thinking, I'm just glad to participate in this thing and really just be selected to this team. That's really their thrill, to come out here and have their name called and be announced and come out and have the camaraderie. You play against these girls, and you have the respect for them, saying, "No, this is a good player." We played against them all year long, and you get all those girls together, and you just feel good to be part of that group. It makes you feel like that you're respected by your peers, and and what you've done on the basketball court has been taken notice by a lot of people. So for them, just being out here was a good time, and I'm sure they had a great time. And got to give them credit. They came out here and put on a little bit of a show for us. A lot of minutes played in this game, and give it to the National Division squad. The athletes won it.
And a great night for the young ladies here at Clearview High School. Once again, the final score of the National Division 76, the American Division 59. We had the three-point contest at halftime, which was won by Stacy Daneo of Highland. So a lot of highlights tonight, and a lot of highlights for these young ladies as they head off into their spring sports or their college careers. That will do it from here for the girls All-Star game. Clearview High School, for Mike Shute, Shawn Leary, our sideline guy Rob Christ. Have a good night. We'll see you at don't forget the boys' game's coming up next here on Comcast Channel 43. Bye-bye.
And again, from Washington Township, Melissa Venturi. From Cumberland High School.